This video contains discussion of addiction, hospitalization, mental health struggles, disordered eating, self-destructive behavior, and recovery. Viewer discretion is advised. Please take care of yourself while watching. It's okay to pause, skip, or come back when you're in a safer headspace. This quote hit me a lot harder than it probably should have when I first heard it while scrolling through Instagram. Don't give up, you're not allowed. There's still a little bit of toothpaste you have to squeeze out yet. The cat still needs you to feed it. There are still too many books in your to-be-read pile. And honestly, hearing it, that hit me harder because I'm in a really vulnerable place right now. I'm newly sober, and as writing and reading of this script, it's been 24 days. I still have cravings, I still wake up and want it, but there's still mornings where I wake up wondering why I even bothered. Why I haven't given up yet. And weirdly, this quote reminded me why. It reminds me maybe I don't always wake up for myself yet. Maybe right now I wake up for small things, tiny things, materialistic things, stupid things even. But even then, I still haven't given up. It reminds me that maybe I don't always have to wake up for myself yet. Maybe right now I wake up for the small things. And it has to count for something. Right? I don't wake up every morning trying to be the best version of myself yet. I don't wake up every single morning trying to be this. I don't wake up every single morning trying to be the best version of myself. I don't wake up thinking I'm going to change the world or even change a small part of it. Some mornings I wake up because I bought groceries that would go bad if I didn't. And that's a waste of money in this economy. I wake up because my family can't really afford a funeral right now. I don't want to inconvenience anybody. I wake up because I still have paint left in my favorite watercolor that was very expensive, and I don't know anybody who likes Payne's gray as much as I do. Tiny reasons are still reasons. And at this point, it's a reason to get up. To take a shower, to just do anything. As long as you got up, you didn't give up. So, I guess, keep going. Even if it's a small reason, even if it's a reason that people may seem as dumb or materialistic or even stupid. Just be happy. They should be happy that you just haven't given up yet. This painting is done in full acrylic alcohol markers, a little bit of watercolor, and color pencil. It is me with several demons behind me. I'll go into more detail about why, but the first layer is alcohol markers. The colors, they look messy and uneven at first, and it's because I'm really using cheap poster paper. This is not quality art paper. I don't recommend doing it on this paper because it did give me a lot of trouble, but I wanted to make a big painting, and it was the only way I know how to, which is with cheap materials and whatever I had on hand. I think I like the way that I approached this, which was just trying to get a good base down and then work on top of it. It wasn't supposed to be perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect at all. I just wanted to get as much feelings out as I could. This is vent art for me. We all find some way to get out of bed in the morning. Maybe your reason is filled with love and purpose. Maybe it's just because you don't want your work to miss or be without somebody for a couple weeks. And you can't find anybody to cover your shift. Maybe you bought an expensive ticket for a concert. I go to raves a lot, and those tickets are goddamn expensive. And I feel bad wasting it. Whatever the reason is, use it. As long as you get through the day. It's another day. If you don't know, I was addicted to insert drug here. There was a moment in the hospital that still sticks with me. My parents were in the corner. I was laying there realizing that they were watching me slowly deteriorate, and just me not taking care of myself. I'd gotten sick. Ended up getting an infection, and that infection became septic. If you don't know what septic is, it's where the infection ends up becoming, or ends up going into your bloodstream. And I felt embarrassed, mostly. I wasn't even thinking of myself. I was embarrassed because I could see my ribs, my spine. I can see my teeth, which is a big insecurity of mine now. I can see them rotting out of my body. I was thinking about what it must feel like for them to watch me. Just someone they cared about disappears right in front of them. I think about that moment a lot. Recently I ended up going out with a couple friends and still sober, so my ex-boyfriend ended up looking at me and saying, "It's good to see you." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Your eyes aren't glass marbles, and I see you as a person." And I was like, it kind of gave me a little bit of motivation, like I was heading in the right direction. Nobody really talks about how sobriety feels. People must make it sound perfect or inspiring, like the first couple days are going to be the worst and then it's just gotta power through it. But this isn't my first time trying to get sober. This is my second. It's not a battle that is won and then you move on from it. It is a war that is, you're gonna fight your entire life. I found tricks and things to do in order to kind of like make it so that it's not as terrible as people seem, or it's not as bad for me. One of them is drawing, of course, and art. Another one is listening with my headphones on to obscenely loud music. I end up having a internal monologue in my head. It's the voice in your head that sounds like you. You end up narrating what you do, or you can actually have full conversations with it. No, you're not crazy. It is a thing that people have. But sometimes that monologue can get a little bit too loud. Sometimes it's a little bit too abrasive, and sometimes I can't deal with it at that moment. So I listen to obscenely loud music just so I can, in a sense, get peace and quiet. I get to hear my voice. I get to hear the song that I'm listening to and actually think for a moment without having essentially myself talk over me. My internal monologue questions me a lot. If I'm a good person, asks why I woke up that morning. It tells me I'm annoying, too loud, too much. Sometimes it gets overwhelming and I lay in bed feeling I just sleep, because if I'm not going to do anything worth waking up, why even wake up in the general? Sleeping is a good way to pass the time, right? Music drowns it out. Music is the biggest thing that I can recommend to somebody who is going through something similar. For a while, noise gives me peace and quiet. I may be destroying my hearing in the process, don't get me wrong. My family complains that I can't hear shit. But I'll take a win when I can get it. As recording this, I am, of course, 24 days sober. So it's been about 3 weeks. I wish I could say that I suddenly love myself, because I had a huge life-changing realization. I think I just got tired. In not some dramatic movie kind of moment either. I honestly just got bored. I ran out of the substance and I couldn't afford more, so when I finally got more again, I wasn't feeling the same. No matter how much I took, no matter how much I did, I couldn't really get the same high I was chasing. And instead of feeling relieved, I panicked. Because I realized I didn't want to get another addiction yet. I have an addictive personality. It runs in my family. I just wanted the feeling back. I remember begging, please don't take this away from me. Don't take the only thing that makes me feel okay. And I think that scared me the most, because I was mourning the something that was essentially destroying me. I was getting sad and getting even more depressed over something that was physically killing me. Addiction stopped feeling exciting. That addiction specifically. It just started getting repetitive, and the high wouldn't stay as long as I needed it to, so I ended up getting bored of it. The definition of insanity, which is a quote I believe by Albert Einstein, is doing something the same over and over again and expecting something different, or a different outcome. I think that my brain needed somewhere else to put its obsession. It was trying to use the same thing that I would suddenly have a breakthrough of. I wouldn't be depressed anymore, or it wouldn't be even sad. I can be happy, and I can do all this. I can wake up and love myself again. I know I couldn't continue to live like that. Again, I have an addictive personality. It runs in my family. It's been a struggle my entire life with getting addicted to things, whether it was substances or people or self-destructive behaviors. I knew one addiction that I know was a good addiction, or a positive addiction. It's art. Art to me, and to all of you, is an addiction that I have had for a long time. It gives me the same feeling as getting high. It has a dopamine effect that I chase. And it's what I wanted. It works for the time being. Now, I do have self-destructive behaviors, so don't get me wrong, I still have them. I forget to feed myself. I end up going days without sleeping, and it's getting better. I've learned to try to sleep when I have to. I'm still trying. I have eaten. Goddamn, have I eaten a lot. But this feeling is the most I've felt in. The way I feel now is the most I've felt like myself in a while. Now that there is a canvas or paper or markers, paint, color pencils, whatever I can get my hands on, as long as there's something I can put in front of me while I spiral and just get all of my emotions out that I can't talk about sometimes. As long as I get everything out, I can wake up the next day. I just don't want to go back to the hospital. While making this painting, I noticed the darker colors slowly starting to take over the piece. I've always had a melancholy palette of darker, more Tim Burton-esque kind of like flavor taste. I kept trying to figure out why certain places weren't looking as I wanted them to come out. It was almost as if I think it was the centerpiece, like the main portrait of me. The eyes kept feeling so empty. But I think that is why I like it so much right now. I ended up drawing this piece because I wanted to get every emotion out there. There are several demons in the back of me, and when it comes to the meaning behind it is I believe that people fight their demons, but in a sense they are a part of you. You can fight them, quiet them. So I started this piece with alcohol markers as its base later, and added watercolor on top of it, even though the paper buckled and honestly couldn't handle it. It's poster board, so I never recommend this, but I did it. It absorbs the watercolor too fast, where I couldn't even move it if I wanted it to, or it started falling apart if I overworked it too much. The markers bled, absorbed a lot of ink. The watercolors were stained parts I didn't intend to, and every layer affected the next one with whether I wanted to or not. I never recommend putting watercolor than alcohol-based markers, because the alcohol will reactivate the watercolor. And honestly, I think people are like that. We carry a version of ourselves underneath the current one. Even the ugly parts. Especially the ugly parts. I had to put on a full face of makeup and dress up in order to feel confident enough to do this. I finally got to the color pencils. The color pencils are my safe zone. They're something that I've learned to use on daily, or I have so much control with it that I know I can make something good even if with a terrible base. Color pencils are controlled, and my favorite part of the process, after the ink bleeding, the warped paper, the messy watercolors, the color pencils just let me slow down and focus on the detail that I wanted to get. And even with such a rough base, it still worked. Tiny adjustments, small highlights, sharp edges, adding green to the inner corners and the nose, just because I want to. It feels like the chaos is more understandable. You get to finally push and move places into where they're supposed to be. And it feels like you finally get to survive what goes on. It became vent art. I wasn't planning on it. I was just planning on making a really cool piece. But then I was like, I am putting so much time into this and I'm not giving up. This is me. Vent art, the definition, is a therapeutic, judgment-free, creative outlet used to process strong emotions like anger, anxiety, sadness, etc. And I think this is I think it became that slowly. It's not a painting, it's proof. Proof that I survived that long enough to finish it. I'm not stopping after this painting. I'm gonna go right into the next one. I'm gonna go right into doing more drawings and paintings and hours and hours and hours of working. Not because it's my job, not because it's something that I need to do. It's something that I want to do because if I stop, I know I'm not gonna survive it. I think a part of why I'm posting this publicly is because I know I can't be the only person who wakes up every morning for tiny reasons. If someone else hears this and is in a dark place, maybe you'll realize that the tiny reasons are enough. I want you to know that it's okay for those tiny reasons right now. It's okay for the tiny reasons to go years. As long as you wake up. As long as you take a shower, get up, put your pants on one leg at a time, and just go. It means you didn't give up. It means that you, out of all the odds, decided who would feed my cat, who would... I just bought that new tube of watercolor, I really have to use it up before anything else. No matter what you do, I want you to know that even though it is a little reason, even though it's tiny and to people stupid, it's a good reason for me. It's a good reason. It's my only reason. It's an exhausting battle. It really is. I know that even the strongest warriors or the strongest people get tired. But it doesn't mean that you're weak. Hell, I relapsed multiple times before I got to this point. It means that you haven't given up yet. The words if you're still here after everything, I want you to hear this at least. I see you. And thank you. Thank you for not giving up, for not just... Thank you for being there, for waking up every morning, despite fucking the world sucking. I see that you're trying. I see you're trying. I want you to know that even though I can't physically pull it out of you, I can't pull the darkness out. I can't be there in person. I'm still standing there, right beside you from wherever you are in the world. I'm still standing here, and I am still... I am still standing here. I am still out here creating, painting. I'm still waking up. So please believe me when I say you have not failed. Your reasons aren't small or stupid or little. Those reasons keep you going. They keep you alive. They keep you fighting. And sometimes it's more than enough. I see you. Thank you. And good night.